Hey guys, Sean here, Nerd Dad Extraordinaire. I'm waiting for my family to get home, and I figured right now would be as good a time as any to talk about the very first actual accounting class that you take, and I think all business majors take it, and that's Financial Accounting D102. So, right off the bat, I just gotta say this class is about just regular financial accounting, so journal entries, recording them, how would you write journal entries, debits, credits, assets, liabilities, owner's equity, stuff like that. Just really basic accounting stuff. This, I would say, is the equivalent of like Accounting 101 in a brick and mortar school, which is kind of unfortunate in itself because I took Accounting 101 at my brick and mortar school here where I live, but they basically said that D102 is like a proprietary class, so I didn't get a transfer credit for it. But it is what it is. First, I'll talk about, I guess, how you should approach the class given your experience level. If you've worked in accounting, and specifically if you've worked in a role where you've had to write journal entries, and you've worked in all aspects of the business, you will do extremely well in this class. And even if you haven't worked in all of the like areas of a business, it'll be pretty easy to pick back up. I think the most difficult concept was like allowance for bad debt and sales returns and allowance. That's kind of more of a theoretical, like estimate kind of accounting method. So I think that could trip some people up, but I mean, otherwise, if you can visualize it and know what it is, I think you'll do fine with it. As for the course in itself and like the applicability of it to accounting work, I think if you are like a junior staff accountant, the material is extremely applicable because it talks about debits and credits and recording transactions and like what different transactions look like in a business. I mean, that is financial accounting is what I do every single day when I have to record bank account entries at my current job. Debits and credits, where they go. I mean, a lot of the times you debit cash and the credit goes to either a revenue or it goes to. Sorry about that. A car stopped in front of my house, so I was a little bit concerned. But yeah, for like bank entries, you do debit cash and you credit wherever it's supposed to go, whether it's a revenue or it goes into a clearing account or anything like that. So as long as you have worked with something like that, you'll do pretty well. As for rating the course itself, the course material, like the learning material, is actually pretty good. The videos are really, I think, the excellent part because the videos basically cover what is talked about in the text. So I relied pretty heavily on the videos for reminders, like a reminder, refresher material. And the text I would read a little, kind of. The videos are really good. I think it's the Stice brothers. They're both accounting professors. I really like their material, so their videos in of itself, I think, cover all the material. Except I think the last few sections don't have any videos, but that was all stuff that I'd worked with before, which is the allowance for bad debt. I've worked with that in my current position, but the sales returns and allowances, like I did it in previous classes, but I haven't done it in a while, so it was a good refresher just to read through the material. Now, the bad things about the class. There were some straight up, messed up questions in the quizzes and unit tests. There was a question in the unit test for bank reconciliations where if you wrote out and you did the bank reconciliation exactly how they said, they didn't balance between the books and the bank. And I was like, what the heck? This is broken. And it's like I wrote it 2 or 3 different ways trying to figure out like the way it tried to make me do it, but any way I did it didn't balance. Unless I looked at one side. One side equaled one of the questions, like it said $14,000 on the bank side, but like $4,900 on the book side, and the only answer that matched was 4,000 or it was 14,000. I was like, okay, that's the answer. There are several questions where it has you write out journal entries, and when you write out the journal entries and you have both the debit and credit side, both the debit and credit side are potential answers. Sorry, my family's getting home. I gotta go help with groceries or something. Look who I found. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Okay, now that that's over and I've eaten dinner, I've relocated to my office. So, just to wrap up that last little section, there are some parts of the unit tests and the quizzes that just they don't make sense. They offer both the debit and credit side of certain equations as answers, and only one is correct. So it's like they will show the correct debit and the correct credit as potential answers, and if you select the wrong one, you get it wrong. So my recommendation is that if you come across anything like that you know is just dead wrong, and you can prove it, make note of it and send it to your course instructor. And apparently this has been a thing that they've been trying to fix for a while, because my teacher at the time was saying, oh yeah, we have a bunch of questions that we've been compiling and we're going to send it to my educator and get this one fixed. Can't figure out why this one course has issues. But all in all, I really enjoyed D102. It was pretty straightforward. If you've worked in accounting for any amount of time, you will do extremely well in the class. Just watch out for those questions where the answers are broken. And otherwise, good luck. Email me, send me a comment if you have any questions or need any help or anything. I'll help it any way I can. But all in all, it took me 3 days to do the class. Really quite fast, simple. I think you could do well if you have experience. Otherwise, take your time, learn the framework of accounting, really enjoy like what the science is when it comes to accounting and like why it's important. And I think you'll like it. Well, that's everything I got. This Nerd Dad Extraordinaire is signing out, and we will see you next time.